Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is where you are. This is the weekly hangout for our team. Sometimes the team training, but more often it's really to help team members to overcome some of their problems. And it's kind of like a one-to-one thing. I just want to introduce you to three members of the panel tonight. First of all, there's Jerry Upchurch. Jerry, would you like to say hi?
Yeah, hello from Atlanta, Georgia. Rainy day here today.
A rainy day in Georgia.
Yeah, a song like that, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I remember that.
But Keith always brings sunshine to our life, though.
Well, I tried to. I tried to. Can't always.
You are the sunshine in my life. You know that song?
And next to Jerry, I don't know if this is in the same order that you're seeing this, but on my panel, I have Kitty Levy. Kitty, please say hello.
Hi, from California, and I wish it was raining here. Oh boy.
Yeah, total different thing there, isn't it? You don't get much rain at all, do you?
No, the drought is really bad.
Okay, and Luc Busain from, well, he's actually from Belgium, but he's living in Turkey. Can you say?
Yeah, good evening. Greetings from Turkey. We had elections today, and the Islamic party got half of the vote, so that's not good news for us.
Okay. Well, we'll move on from that political agenda there. And let's get into the meat and potatoes of the hangout, because obviously you only see a few people, a handful of people on the hangout, but throughout the course of the week, these hangouts are seen by quite a lot of people because they're actually showing live out on the internet at the moment. And of course, the team members, a lot of team members can't make this time on a Sunday, so they watch the hangout. So want to make this as entertaining and as useful to people as possible. Basically what it is, we are all network marketers, and within the scope of our team members are in various companies. They are members of various companies, and one of those companies is MLSP, My Lead System Pro. We also have people from the Empower Network, and we also have people from the National Wealth Centre. Those tend to be the three companies that a few of these people in the team are in, all of them. So let's quickly just crack on and ask, who's got a question for me? Who needs to get something off their chest?
Yeah, I asked you today about the rotators.
Okay. What was the question?
So why are there no rotators anymore?
You're talking about the National Wealth Centre, right? Just in
Yes.
case anyone else is a bit
yes.
sure about what we're talking about. The reason there's no rotators anymore is because that rotator system didn't work very well. It just didn't work very well, right? What happened is the whole idea was when people come in, you would pledge to send them traffic, and in return they would pledge to send traffic to their members. Now, there was no real management system managing that properly. So what happened was people were paying for traffic for other people who weren't paying for traffic. So what we decided to do, in fact, what the people in that team decided to do is, look, here's who supplies the traffic, because all the traffic is just solo ad traffic, right? It's someone who has a giant list, and what they were doing was they were just sending people's links throughout this list, and people were getting clicks, some people were getting sales, other people were getting no sales. So it wasn't a truly fair system. Whenever you operate a rotator system, there's always winners, but there's always losers as well. And sometimes the losers can keep paying for traffic where they never get a sale for anybody, even for a member of their team. That's why it wasn't very fair, because it's a numbers game, and when you do solo ad traffic, there's good batches and bad batches of traffic. Even though all the traffic's good, there's buyers and non-buyers in that traffic. So if you're lucky, your link is seen by the buyers. If you're unlucky, your link is just seen by the people that are not going to buy. So a fairer way of doing that was just to turn around to people and say, look, this is the traffic. If you want to buy clicks, we'll put you in touch with that person directly. I mean, I did this the other day, and you probably noticed I got on the MLSP leaderboards for 7-day average of most leads. I think I got up to number 4 eventually. I started off at nowhere on there. Then I did a solo ad, and then I put some more out, and gradually I got up to number 4 on that chart. And the reason I did that was because I was using this solo ad company, and the good thing is when you do it on your own, you get the leads. The leads come onto your list. You just send your squeeze page in whatever company it is. So the link to your squeeze page, you send direct to the person that's running the solo ad, and you say, I want to buy so many clicks. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The clicks, not opt-ins. You're buying clicks. And then what they do is they get your affiliate link to your squeeze page, and they put that in a tracker. And they give you a tracking link so you can see how many clicks you're getting. Well, I use a bit of more of an advanced piece of software called ClickMagick. Jerry knows all about ClickMagick. And that tells me the quality of the traffic, where it's from. Because, I want traffic that's coming from tier 1 countries, which is the USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. Those are the tier 1 countries when you go for solo ads. So you want the majority of your traffic coming from a tier 1 country. Now, what I do is I don't just listen to the seller, what they're telling me. What I do is I use ClickMagick to determine the quality of that traffic for myself. So I can see if they're sending me dodgy clicks from dodgy countries. Okay? Because there's a lot of countries out there where they employ things like click farms, where people are just clicking. They're not interested in the offer. So that tells me that the traffic quality is good, and I will go back to that seller in the future when I want to get more people onto my list. So it's more of a list building thing. Does that answer that question?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, I mean, if any of you guys do want traffic, let me know, and I'll put you in touch with that person. You get a discount because you're associated with the NWC team, etc., etc. So it may be useful to build your list. But as I say, this traffic it's a solo ad. So solo ads are cold traffic. Okay?
Let me ask you, can I ask you a question on that? Okay. I did a Craigslist. Do y'all have Craigslist in Turkey or?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, I did a Craigslist ad for $25 for the city of Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
And I got like 12 leads out of that, which, 12 for 25, what is that, $2, basically $2 a lead. Is that good or bad?
Well, that's a good question. When you said you got 12 leads, did they actually opt into your list?
Yes, they opted in. They
Okay.
opted into the list. Now, that's as far as they've done them. Out of that, I've had one that said she was going to sign up last Wednesday, but has not done it yet. And, of course, she also wanted to see my ad so she could start placing an ad, but you never know how they're going to go. But 1 in 12 did not appear to be good. I mean, I don't even have the one yet, but one warm one, I guess you would say, out of 12 doesn't seem to be too good. where I have done solo ads by paying $80, $90, whatever it is, for some number of clicks. I can't remember what they were.
Probably
And,
100.
but I've never had anything out of that either. They just, nothing's ever created any sign-ups.
Okay, let me just let me go through that with you. What you've got to remember is, with cold traffic, which is basically what an advert is, or a solo ad is, or a banner ad is, these are people that don't know you. And let's say, for instance, if I go and do a solo ad with this person I was talking about, when I did the solo ad, I bought 300 clicks, and I got over 115 people opt in to my list. So just over 33% opted in. So for spending $200, I got 100 and odd people on my list. So those people cost me just under $2 each. So the $2 price tag for an opt-in is not too bad.
Okay.
But if it's an opt-in from a not very good targeted ad, then it's not good at all. Because, you know, what happens is with most of this traffic is it doesn't do anything when it first opts in. What they tend to do is they opt in, they watch the video, then they just say, oh, there's another video. And then they sit on your list. And you need to keep marketing continuously to those people. I always tell my team, not that they always listen to me, but I always tell my team to email the list every day. And if you are really active in this business, email your list twice a day. Now, when you are on GetResponse or on Aweber, you have you have stats showing you how many's opted in, who opted in. You've got their email address, and they go on to a specific list. When you can do a follow-up email, and that's okay, but follow-up emails they're only as good as the emails themselves. And to my knowledge, so far, I've only really ever seen MLSP do a decent set of follow-up emails. Most of these companies, their emails are just awful. They are too American when they know full well that they're dealing with Europe and countries like that, where there's a billion people in Europe, and they still insist on Americanizing the emails. So, you know, you have to kind of go with the flow, and got to realize that you're dealing with the world. This is a big community we're dealing with, and you got to start talking to people in the way that, you know, they're used to hearing it. And the best way to speak to people really is the way you speak. So I don't like a lot of these cut and paste follow-up emails. I think they're pretty junky. They look bad, and they're really just an excuse for people who can't write emails, to be perfectly honest. So what I would suggest you do is start to individualize, and, you know, start to give an example, start to write your own emails, and even include a photo of yourself under your signature. This is what I do quite a bit. I leave my phone number. I leave a little link underneath my signature to my fan page where they can contact me if they want to. You know, I'm really personal with people, and because you want to try and warm this traffic up, because otherwise it just sits there. And when you listen to people in our respective businesses, they will tell you they've had people sit on a list for 2 years and never spend any money, and then finally they'll spend $25, right? So you've got to kind of take all these people that you're putting onto your email list. They're getting 100 or 200 emails a day. So you have to really stand out. And it's like what I try and teach you guys. If you just fit in with everyone else, you're going to find it hard to make money. The people that make money are the ones that stand out, right? They just do. So do things that other people don't do. In other words, you know, when you're sending out to your list and you send an email in the morning, take a look in the afternoon or the evening at all the people that didn't open it and send the same email out to those people who didn't open it, and just keep doing that until the majority of your people have seen that email. This is something that a lot of people just don't do. They send an email out, and then, you know, they might get 5% open it, and they might get, I don't know, 1% or 2% of that click it. So they send this email out to the list, and they got 3 clicks, and then they just leave it. Whereas if you look at the really astute marketers online, if you don't open their emails, they'll send you another one, exactly the same. You know, if you get on Lisa Torres's list, right? And if you don't open that email, she'll send you another one. And then if you don't open that email, she'll send you another one. Just how it is. Because, you know, you cost money. That person on the list cost you. If you've paid for traffic, that person costs $2. And if they didn't cost you $2, they cost you time and effort. So, you know, we're not here as a charity. We're here to enlighten people, entertain people, give people quality and value. But we're also here to get you into our business. We're here to sell you a product or a range of products. That's what we want you to do. So when you're on our list, yes, we're going to give you value, but you know, you've got to be expecting to be pitched now and again. Now, don't pitch people in every email. Send them some value. Remember when I talked to you guys about creating videos and doing blogging? Well, your blog is the best place to send people to give them value, because if you've got your blog set up right, you're giving them quality content by writing blog posts, so you're getting a commitment from them to come back, and also you have various things around the outside of that which introduces them to your business. Right? So it makes sense to use your blog as your central hub to your business. In other words, that's your web address, that's where your business lives. Because that's your own. You know, that's your own place of residence online where people can find you. So you've got to, you know, you're going to broadcast these people as well. So this is what I'm saying, the follow-up messages don't really matter so much. Personally, I like to have 1 or 2 follow-up messages, and then I broadcast people every day. Every day I broadcast them, right? You know, unless something happens and I forget or something, which I don't normally, but I will send them something every day. You know, if I've made a video, I'll send them to the video. If I did a really good post on Facebook, I'll send them to that post. If I did a good blog post, I'll send them to the blog post. I just want to keep those people on my list. And you will keep most of them on your list, because leakage, which is where people unsubscribe, a lot of people will just stay on your list forever. And instead of unsubscribing, they just either won't open your emails, or they just can't be bothered to unsubscribe. Right?
Okay, got a question about that. If you got a minute.
Yeah, no, you just.
Okay.
You
Let's say you go in and you send an email, and then the next day you come in and you get all of those that did not open, and you send another email, but it's got a different subject line.
Mm-hmm.
The third day you come in and you click on all that did not open it and send it again. It does keep track over a multi-day period of who did not open it, right? Well, I guess it would, because you didn't send it to those that didn't open it the first time, right?
Yeah, you've got a record of everything that's going on there. You've got a record of who opens, and you've got a record of who clicks.
Right. Okay. I answered my own question then. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Thanks for the question. I mean, without question, the Hangout's going to be a bit flat. So I appreciate all your questions, and as I say, I'll stay here as long as you guys want me to.
Keith, I have another question.
Yeah, sure, far away. Sure.
If you send emails all the time to the same persons, they can mark you as spam. Eh?
Well, funny you should say that, because I'm going to tell you something which is a little bit contradictory here. But one of the reasons that people mark you as spam is because you don't tell them at the beginning what you intend to do, right? What tends to happen is, and I'll give you an example of this, there's a lot of people out there who, they start off mailing their list every day because a leader told them to, which is correct, and then they'll stop emailing them for a week, then they'll start emailing them again every day. So what they're doing is that they're not building a pattern in those people on the list. What you should do is, when they first enter your sequence, your funnel, right? So does everybody here know what a funnel is? Yeah? Okay, cool. When they first enter your funnel, they get an email that day. That's the email that you should tell them what you're going to do. So in other words, what I tend to do is say something like, welcome to whatever the name of the list is or whatever, right? I'm going to be sending you useful information each day. Tell them you're going to send them something every day. Okay? Now, by doing that, you're setting a pattern, because people need to be trained, right? If you don't do that, then, if you never contact that person and then all of a sudden you're mailing them every day, they're just thinking, oh, this person's being very spammy. But if they're used to you contacting them every day, they're used to you doing it, so they're expecting your emails. And if your emails are interesting and useful, they shouldn't mark you as spam. Some will, but they shouldn't mark you as spam. Now, the funny thing is, whenever I send someone a very nice free gift, that's the time when I get the most spam complaints, right? People are bonkers, right? They just kind of do things and you can't understand why. They just do. You send them a nice free gift, like I'll find a PDF, a nice ebook, and it's got lots of useful information. I just send it as a gift. There's no link to a business or anything. And then I get spam complaints. So you've got some people on your list which just want you to send them stuff about a business. Then you've got some people on your list who are sick and tired of people sending them stuff about business. So they just want a relationship of some sort with you. Because it's still building a relationship, even though it's a list, right? What I tend to do is I don't even call it a list. I tend to look on it as like a newsletter. You're giving people an episode of that newsletter each day. And that's really the best way to approach it. If you start talking to people and say, thanks for being on my list, what are you saying? You know, you're saying thanks for being one of the many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that I've got on a list. So you want to make them feel part of your community. And that's the secret, really, is kind of, you know, to make people feel included in what you're doing and share your life with those people. And then, in between useful content, mention your business. But there are so many ways you can mention your business. You know, you don't have to go out there and start selling stuff, right? I never do. I never chase anyone and I never sell anybody anything. As I said to you, I think it was last week or the week before, I'm just a connector. I'm just connecting people to the right opportunity. So I ask a few questions, you know, if I'm talking to people on Facebook or whatever it is, or if they're emailing me, I ask them a few questions. I ask what they're trying to do. Why do they want a home business? You know, what's it going to get them? And then I try and find the right business for them. If I don't think it's right for them, I'll give you a typical example of this. Empower Network has some very high-priced products, and I think it was about 18 months ago, one of the team members put me in on a three-way call, which I don't normally do, but this person was on a three-way call and he didn't really know how to approach this person, right? So, you know, he was talking away to this person, and the person would have gone all in and spent the 5,000, whatever it was at the time. This is before they had the package price. And I actually stopped him out because I could see he did not have the money. So you want to bring people into your business that A, can afford it, B, are not going to be wondering about, I've got to make a sale to pay this money, otherwise, you know, this is going to happen to me. You don't want people in your business that are going to be struggling financially, so you need to put them in a business that's appropriate for their funding. Now, we all know you can extend your funding a bit, you know, credit cards. I used credit cards to get into my first network marketing business, which was Empower. Because otherwise people will buy stuff off you that you don't own, and you'll end up passing the commissions up, right? And I did a fair bit of that in the early days. So don't sell things to people that they can't afford or that they don't need. Find out by asking questions. You know, the person that wins a conversation is the one that asks the most relevant questions. And if you ask the most relevant questions, and it's all got to be about them. You know, this is not about you. It's not about you, your company, the head office, whoever's in charge. They don't care about that, right? You know, they just want something to improve in their life. Are you the person? You know, are you the person that's going to improve my life? Because if you are, I'm going to join you. I'm going to take a chance on you. But they have to imagine themselves doing it, and they have to be able to afford to do it. Okay? Because otherwise they just come in and refund. You don't want that. So any questions on that? Did I go a bit too far off of the? Did I go off at a bit of a tangent there? Too much?
No, that's good. I've got another question then. Since you were talking about autoresponders, do you? Okay. Somebody's got to mute. Can you mute out while I talk? Because I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Sure.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Yeah. Okay. When you do sort of a solo ad, do you always send them to your say a Weber autoresponder system, or do you use the NWC or the MLSP? Which one do you prefer?
Okay, that's a good question. Look, some people, they come into a business and they can't afford an autoresponder as well. But to be honest, the autoresponder is the first thing you should buy in any internet-based network marketing business, because you want to be building a list. Don't make the same mistake I made when I was in the eBay business for several years, and all those customers, and I never built a list, right? I was a right idiot. So I didn't know, because I just didn't know, that's it. So what you want to always remember is, right from day one, build your list. Doesn't matter if you only have 2 people on it, you're building your list, you're building your business. So even if, say like you join NWC or you join MLSP, yeah, sure, use their capture pages, providing you can get those leads onto your own system as well. That's 100%, right? Always get people onto your autoresponder, because you don't know what's going to happen with the company. Anything can happen, right? And you might just lose them all. So you want to be building that business, because that's your assets. You want to be building that list all the time. That's the value in your company, right? That's you. Jerry Upchurch Incorporated. So that's the answer to that. And just a quick thing here. I do see people, especially on Facebook, sending people direct to the sales video. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that, right? 99.9% of the time, that is wrong. You always want to be sending people to a capture page, because most of those people are going to go and view that sales video, and most will never, ever sign up. Why lose them all? Why not try and capture some of them into your list so you can keep marketing to them? Now, there are very small exceptions to that, and I'll give you an example. Eric Green, I've seen him put just a video page out on Facebook, and he has got sales from that. Now, here's why. He's the person in the video. Okay? He's warming people up to him. If you try and do that with a company sales video, it does not really work at all. So if you have done that, and I know some of this team have, what I would suggest you do is rethink your strategy, because you should be thinking about capturing the leads, capturing those people's email address, at least. If you can get their phone number, it's even better. Okay? If someone gives you their phone number, it's an invite to phone them. Just going to get some water. One good second.
Kitty, what you drinking in your NutriBullet drink?
Yeah, it's only water. It's not vodka in here.
Oh, okay.
It's my morning shake.
Oh, your morning shake.
Yeah, what's in that, Kitty?
Okay, it's isogenics based, and then it's got cucumber, blueberries, cilantro, spinach, other greens, and almond milk.
Very nice. Sounds nice. I mean, I think it's it's good that everybody's, or a lot of people are trying to live healthy lives, and I'm certainly going to change my lifestyle over the next few weeks, because I've spent years and years and years kind of abusing my body with junk food, and I mean, I do get exercise every day, but it can't be doing you any good. Keep eating all this rubbish. So, and also it doesn't look good when you want to influence other people. When you want to talk to people about lifestyle, you need to kind of be living the lifestyle before you can start talking to people about it. So Okay, so what we've covered really in the last 3/4 of an hour is we've covered your list, and because the list is so important, you know, you've got all these different arms of your business. You've got your blog. If you haven't got a blog, I would suggest, you know, looking at that aspect of things. I know, Jerry, you've got a blog. I know you're quite a big blogger. I've been a blogger since 2011. I've got a few blogs out there, and even the ones that I don't ever do anything to, you know, like they haven't had any content on them for a year or so, they still get clicks. You know, they still get people looking at them out on the internet. So, and I still have made sales from them with various products. You know, so blogging is I think is a good thing if you do it right. You can't just blog and leave it. You need to blog and market. Okay, it's another piece of material that you need to market religiously. But you know, you have this connection between your list and your blog, where you can send people from your list to the blog. You do that on a not necessarily a daily basis, but every other day, and you're providing valuable content for your people on your list. And then what you can do is you can create video and put the video on your blog post. You can send people from your list direct to a video. There's lots of ways you can do this business, but it kind of all evolves around your list, your blog, your fan page. Have I missed anything?
Facebook page, personal page.
Facebook page and video. I mean, that's the way I do this business. It's like it's a rotation of sending people from one thing and then sending them to another, and you're constantly sending people to content to warm them up before they buy from you. You know, the school of kind of doing this wrong, which is the 97% of people out on the internet, is don't bother with any of that I've just told you. Just send everybody to your link. That's how to be poor forevermore, right? And those people, a lot of them know that, but they still continue to do it. You know, I've spent years trying to educate people that if you just change your ways, and if you just get out your comfort zone, stick a video camera in front of your face, start to write. I mean, look, I never wrote a thing, right, from the time that I left school to the time that I started internet marketing. Right? So I went goodness knows how many years without writing anything. And you just have to relearn, really, because this is going to be something that's going to set you guys up for life. You know, this is your pension, this is your travel fund, this is your cash in the bank. This is really what it's all about. Isn't that worth making videos and doing blogs and stuff like that? I mean, is that really hard work compared with what's outside the door there, which people do for a job? I mean, that's hard work, you know, standing on your feet all day, serving people and stuff like that. You know, I've done all that crap, really, and I didn't enjoy it at all. But that's work. This isn't work. This is stuff you enjoy, you know. Now, you get nervous at first when you start doing it, and you don't want to do it, but, you know, you just have to break out. It's, you know, this business is about improving yourself every day, improving your mind, buying books, reading books, improving your knowledge, you know, increasing your skills. Increase your skills to a stage where you're unemployable. People can't afford you anymore. And that's what you want to start valuing yourself at, you know. And And you do that simply by stepping out of your comfort zone and just doing what we do, learning things that you've not done before. And don't follow the crowd. If you follow the crowd, it's hopeless, right? You're just going to be broke. Anyone got any comments on that?
I just wanted to start the block. No?
You're going a bit in and out there, Luke. Can you just say that again, please?
So 4th of November, MLC will start with a blog system or something.
Yeah, you're going to have a lovely blog, and I think it's going to be an awesome thing, right? You know, you'll have a blog. It will be hosted. I don't know the ins and outs of the new blog, but if it's like previous blogging systems that I've been involved with, you know, there'll probably be a possibility for you to have your own URL, your own domain name. If there is, that will be good, but if there isn't, don't worry, you can just buy a domain name and point it to it if you want. But it really gives you a chance to document your story and entertain people as well at the same time, because you know, you guys are very entertaining. I spend a lot of time watching you and the team members in the week, and it is quite entertaining to see you guys, you know, doing various things, trying various things, and you've certainly, you know, you've got knowledge that you're accumulating every day now. And this is, you know, speaking to everybody that's watching this video, no matter, you know, whether you're on the Hangout or not, you're still an extremely valuable member of this team. And, you know, I want you to grow your business and to create content, go out there and start entertaining people. It's called infotainment, just in case you didn't know that. It's entertaining people with information, valuable information. And you position yourself as a leader when you start to do that. You know, people view you in a totally different way. I view you in a totally different way, because I've seen so many people that have come and gone, and the majority of the ones that have gone have not taken the content route. You know, it's just how it is. You know, I've kind of realized ever since I started network marketing back in 2012 that it was the people who didn't get out their comfort zone. It was the ones that didn't really, you know, some did, but they did it reluctantly. And those people that did, but did it reluctantly, just didn't last, because they never got a chance to start building a proper following. You know, and that's what your daily thing is. Build a following of people that just love your stuff, because you can do that, right? You know, there's the standard out there is not very high. It isn't. You know, there's a lot of people out there, and most don't provide any value. I don't mean that in a horrible way. I just mean that they don't. You know, they don't blog, they don't do videos, they don't seem to do much. But the ones that do are the ones that tend to break through, and those are the ones that, you know, they start getting the breakthrough one day, and that's when they start making money. And people want to deal with people who are portraying themselves as leaders, because remember, I said to you before, when people join you in a network marketing company, they're looking really for two things. They're looking for leads, and they're looking for leadership. They need someone to kind of point them in the right direction. They're not looking for someone to hold their hand. They're just looking for someone that's going to help them. You know, someone that is contactable, someone that is doing this stuff that he's talking about, so you can learn from it, and then you can do it. That's all people want to do, is repeat what you do, because if they repeat what you do, they're going to get similar results. you know, that's what modeling is. You model someone that's getting results, and you could get similar results. The trouble is, there's too many broke people out there trying to teach more broke people how to make money, and people can see through that. You know, there's lots of things. You know, I can understand people coming on the internet. They haven't got much money. There's lots of things you can do. You don't have to. You don't have to fake it till you make it. Don't do that, right? Don't pretend you've got money. You don't want to do that, right? Because as soon as people know you're a liar, they're never going to trust you again. And bad news spreads very quickly on the internet. So even if you can't say to people, I'm making money, tell them about the leads you're getting. Tell them how you're doing it. Tell them, you know, because it's a big deal, right? If you get 5 leads, it's a big deal. It's more than most people can ever get, right? If you know how to get, I don't know, if you can get someone to join you in your business, that is a big deal. Your first person is a big deal. We always make a big deal out of it when it's someone's first person. Doesn't matter if it's $25. That's incredible. So just remember how far you've come. If you're getting leads, and there's people not even on this webinar tonight in this team who are bringing people into these businesses I'm talking about. I think this week alone, we've had 3 people in NWC. I think that most of them came from one person. I think we've had a couple of people into MLSP as well from this team this week. So people are getting it. They are getting it. This is not about the big leaders, right? It's not about them. It's about ordinary people changing their circumstances and getting results. And if you are persistent, because that is probably my best quality, persistence in the right direction will get you results. It just will. You're bending the universe to you. Whereas a lot of people are just looking for excuses. They make excuses why they didn't succeed. It's always someone else's fault. And truthfully, and I don't care who's watching this video, right? It's your fault. If you're not getting results, it's not your sponsor. It's not the company. It's you, right? And that is it in a nutshell. It works. This works. All you got to do is just follow that formula. Don't make it complicated. You know, don't try and make it out to be something it isn't. You get people on your list. You keep showing them the sales video. The more people you get to the sales video, the more of a result you're going to get. Now, here's the thing. If you keep sending cold traffic to a sales video, it's going to take longer than if you keep sending warm traffic to the video, because the warm traffic already knows you. Okay? So if you keep sending perfect strangers to the video all the time, it's going to take much longer to get that one person, or that, you know, as many people as you want to sign up in your business. How are you guys getting on with the Facebook chat this week?
I have been busy every day, but I have a question. Now I made a couple of videos. I'm not really happy about my voice. My voice is very rough, so I was wondering. Yeah, but it's true. I was wondering, is it not doing more harm than good?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let Jerry answer that. So I'll let Jerry answer it, and then I'll answer it afterwards. Jerry, what do you think?
No, I thought his were great. I especially the one where he just showed his feet or something like that. He was he didn't say anything in his first one. I said, you know, that's great. I can do that. But you know, basically, we all have our voice issues. I hate listening to myself on a tape. But you know, like the experts, like Keith says, you're going to connect with somebody. And I like your videos. I thought you did a great job. So just keep doing them.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm trying to force myself to do one every day, and just to get it out there. And this is the first week I've actually posted one on Facebook, so all of my high school friends can see it. So I've been hiding them in my emails and in my my blogs and my emails, and rather than putting them on Facebook, so my whole senior class that I graduated with can see that. So, but this week I started doing that. So.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry, for that. That's brilliant. Listen, this is my favourite subject, right? Video. There's no better way, apart from what we do on Facebook, of connecting with people than video. You just can't imagine the power of a video, right? Where most people go wrong, and I'm always telling them this, they don't put a call to action in the video, right? They leave it up to the person to decide what to do next. You must never do that. If you listen to my videos, right, the first thing that you see is you see an imprint goes across the video in the first frame, couple of frames, of where I want them to go. And I speak it as well. So in other words, you'll always hear me say, hi, this is Keith, or hi, this is Keith Everett from freedomwithkeith.com, blah, blah, blah. And up on the screen comes freedomwithkeith.com. And then I'll tell them what I'm going to tell them. So this is a video about whatever it is, it's about email marketing, right? I'm going to show you how to whatever. Because if you don't do that, you'll lose them in the first few seconds. When a person comes onto a video, if they don't know why they're there within the first 3 seconds, they're going to go. Because it's just another bloody video, right? Also, when you do the video, and Luke, you were partially correct there, you said a minute, but you don't, you only do videos for a minute when you're virtually unknown. If you're known, you can do videos for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and 8 minutes, whatever. I don't suggest you do that. But
not for the moment. I will do that when I'm famous, of course.
Yeah, you've got to be famous, right? What you need to do is you've got to start kind of getting a baseball cap. No, I'm not saying I'm famous, but what I'm saying is that when you get more well-known, people tend to be able to tolerate you more. And what they do is they know you're going to deliver some value. So they will wait around a little bit. They're not going to wait around if you start making 15-minute videos, right, and sticking them out on Facebook. That's not going to work, really. So, like what you said in your video, a minute, that's a bit short for me to try and teach you something. However, I will try and get a video out in 3.5 minutes. Usually, my videos are a bit longer. They're about 5 or 6 minutes. But what I do is I try to strap that person into the video in the opening frame. In other words, I want to give them the benefit straight away, because if you don't give the benefit, why are they there? They don't want to listen to your life story. It's not interesting to them, right? They don't care if you're in the beach. What they want to know is, why are you there and how can I get there? So, what I often do in my videos is I talk about the lifestyle. I talk about the fact that, I'm driving my car, or I'm out here in the country and my business is running in the background. Because that's what you can do when you do this business. Don't talk about who you are with. Don't talk about your company. You don't mention your company, right? That's not good at all. You're just talking about what you're going to tell them. So let me give you an example. Your 1 minute video, You just need to sign off with saying something like, this is the kind of lifestyle that I've always wanted, and now I'm able to do that. And you can do the same. All you need to do is just click the link near this video, right? As long as you sign off with a call to action, the video can do its magic. If you forget that, people are just wondering what to do next. Okay, I've just seen a video. You know, what do I do now? Okay? Always give a call to action.
Yeah, just to encourage Luke again, is when I was watching his videos, I wanted to be where he was. You know, so I think it's a good idea. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the perfect playboy lifestyle. He even looks like one.
Yeah.
Right? He even looks.
He even has a red meat bar.
There you go. So, you know, I mean, yeah, keep doing it, Luke. You know, well done to you for doing the videos. I give you, you know, I've seen videos from yourself, not so many from you. I've seen Kitty do a couple of videos. Where I get this thing is listening to you guys, because you are pretty much representative of what goes through people's minds. You're always worried about how you're coming across. If you look at just this conversation, it was mentioned by Jerry. I think Luke said that to me before about, you know, the way he comes across. Did I tell you, right? I worried about it at the beginning. I did. But who am I worried about? You know, why am I worried about it? You get good at doing videos by the more that you do. If you've only done 1 or 2 videos, you can't expect them to be good. I look at Mary in the team. I look at her videos when they first started, and I look at her videos now, and they've improved hundreds of %. You know, you just got to think of the viewer, right? If you want that viewer to give you their time, you've got to make it worth their while. And it's no good just getting a video for the sake of it and just blathering on about yourself, right? Because you might think you're interesting, but that person, you know, doesn't know you. They want something from that conversation. You know, I've done hundreds of videos now. Probably, I've lost count, to be honest. I've probably done near 1,000. And most of those were not videos that I would probably say I would be 100% happy with. Especially in the early days, I probably made, I don't know, somewhere between 40 and 80 videos, which were totally terrible. You know, I had one guy once, he, I think I told you, Kitty, about this. He left a comment on one of my videos. It was on YouTube, and it was a video I did with a £5, that's well, $10 microphone, right? It was when I first started, and I first started making videos. I couldn't really afford a good mic. What I use now is I use this, right, to make a lot of my videos from my home office, because this was relatively expensive, but I could never afford that in the beginning. I was just living every day in debt. So I bought a mic for £5 from PC World. You know, £5. So I started making videos with it, and I had a guy, he left a comment on my YouTube video. He said, "It sounds like you made that video from the bottom of the toilet." You know, and I found that quite funny, because I'm not going to let people stop me doing what I want to do, and you should never ever let anybody ever, you know, stop you doing what you want to do. So people are going to criticize you. They're going to leave rude remarks on your videos on YouTube. don't worry about it. Don't worry about them, those hating people out there. There's lots of them. But as you get better and better at doing videos, people just won't, you know, they'll just put normal feedback on a video. And some people are pretty kind, you know, even though they think the video sucks, they won't say anything anyway. They'll just say good video. It's only me, really, that gives you the real opinion. Because I want you to be good. And, you know, I see a lot of videos, and I'm always, because, you know, I'm in these groups where you comment on each other's stuff. I'm in groups where you comment on each other's blogs. I'm in the Facebook groups where you comment on each other's fan pages. And I will not say great video if it's not a great video. I will not. I will say it's a good video because you had the courage to make the video, and, you know, if I got something out of it, I'll say it's a good video. I will never publicly say to a person that that video was just awful, right? Because I don't want to give people negative feedback. It's not good, right? You've got to be an encourager in this life. Tell people if they're not doing things right, like I'll tell you guys, like I'm telling you now about, you know, no call to action on Luke's videos. You've got to have call to action, right? Don't expect the first few videos to be great, because they're not going to be. You get great by making more videos. You get good at blogging by doing lots of it. You get good at creating sales by doing more of them. But there's no secret formula, right? There's no, I know that there's people out there that give you scripts and stuff like that, but to be honest, it's just talking to people. You know, I did it all wrong in the beginning and still made sales. I did all my videos wrong in the beginning and still got leads and made some massive sales from some of those videos. You know, I'm talking $5,000 plus from a video. So I do encourage you to do videos. I encourage you to be you. Tell your story. Polish your story up so you've got a good story. Notice I say polish, not make it up. Everybody's got a story. You know, we all start off where we don't know what we're doing. We're probably not making any money, and then all of a sudden the breakthrough comes, and that's what people want to hear. They want to hear, how did you go from no leads to getting your first lead, to getting several leads, you know, to getting your first sale, to getting several sales. That's what people want to know. They want to know that sequence. They want to know your story. They want to know that told by you. And that's the story I tell, because you know, my story started off where I had no one, nothing, no people, no blogging experience, no video experience, very little money, having to do stupid things like buy £5 mics to do my videos, and really, you know, turning it into a full-time income, having some fabulous days, and making some extraordinary incomes. And there's no finish to this. You know, once you start it, there's no limit. You just you start to learn, and you start to get things right, and then you'll get your first sale, and that will be the key, because you've now got a result. So now you can tell everybody else about that result. You can make a big thing of it. If you notice, you know, if I join a company and I make my first sale in that company, then, you know, it all goes all over Facebook, it all goes to my list. That's what you want to do, share results, but don't just share results, share value on your wall. You know, get people interested in you. Create that following. It's like being a TV personality, if you like. You have to have that following to get people tuning in to your TV show, and that's what this is about. you know, anybody can become famous online, and I use that word sparingly, but once everybody knows you, they want to know what you're doing, and then they want to know what business you're in and what you're selling, you know, and that's when it really starts to snowball for you. So we didn't keep to the hour because we're an hour and a quarter now, but let's see if there's anything you want to add to that before we close up shop.
Well, you know, one thing I got out of your video session that I just wrote down over there is on the videos, you tell them what you're going to tell them, you tell them, and then tell them what you told them.
Exactly.
And then do a call to action. So that's basically a 4-step video that I'm going to start putting in every one of my videos from now on.
Yeah, that is it.
Good, appreciate that.
No problem. I mean, that's pretty textbook, right? But it works.
Yeah, it is. I had forgotten that.
Yeah, it's pretty textbook, but it works, and you end up doing it automatically because you know you begin to know in your video if you've been overemphasizing. I mean, you know, I try and keep it really simple. If I have no idea what I'm going to make a video on, what I just do is find 2 or 3 points. Could be from a book, could be from a chapter in a book. You know, just 2 or 3 points, and I will start talking about the first point. They've got to be in order, but I'll start talking about the first point, then the second point, then the third point, then I'll just close it up with a call to action. You know, it's really that simple. It's not rocket science. As long as you've got a call to action in the video, and then what I suggest you do is when you get that video, you know, it needs to go onto your Facebook page. You load it up to your Facebook page first. I think I explained to you guys last week why you do that. All right? Because you can have a call to action in that video on your Facebook fan page. You can put a call to action actually in the video. So I do that first, and then I'll share it from my fan page onto my personal page, and then I'll go post it in Lisa's fan group, because you know you just need to comment on 3 videos, and you can place your video in that thread she's got. I'll upload it to YouTube, and then that video will appear in a blog post the next day. You know, so it'll be linking from from the blog back to YouTube. And once it becomes a blog post, I just multiple share it, right? You know, I syndicate it. I get other people to syndicate it. You just want to get yourself out as far as you can. Don't just keep it to Facebook. You know, Facebook is great, but there's other places apart from Facebook.
You know, one thing I noticed about putting things up to YouTube is the name of the video is very critical.
Yeah.
So what I've started doing is going in and Googling a word, sort of an SEO thing, Google a word, and the one that seems to come up the most frequently or have a lot of activity, I'll put almost that same topic in my video, and then I can go in and do a Google search on that word, and man, there I am on the Google front page, you know. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, make sure when you do that you're not, you know, if you've posted it on Google Plus, make sure you're not logged into Google Plus, because it'll give you a false reading on Google.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, let me just pick up on a couple of points there. I didn't really want to go into video SEO because obviously that is a huge subject. We could do that one day, but just a tip: whatever your keyword is for your video, you know, you want to change the name of the video file to that keyword, okay? Because then when you upload it to YouTube, YouTube is recognizing that that's an authority video in that particular keyword. Then when you write your description and you put your title on the video, you want to make sure that, you know, it's including your main keyword, and then include your relative keywords into the description underneath. As I say, this can be a complex subject, but you can do fair SEO on a video without having huge knowledge. And it's the same when you write a blog post, you know, and you upload images. Name the image in the keyword. Very important, because, you know, you're telling Google that all elements of that post are relative to the keyword, right? And always remember, always be proactive, right? You know, when you join these groups where you share each other's content or you comment on their posts, if they have a blog, go physically go onto the blog and leave a comment, and where it says website, put the URL to your website post in that space. You're just creating a backlink to your blog, right? Create links by commenting on other people's blogs. Where it says website, put the link to your current blog post. Don't put the link to the home page of the blog, because it looks, if you left 100 comments on blogs and they were all going back to the home page of your blogs, Google looks at it and thinks there's something wrong here, right? So leave links to your posts that are on your blog, right? It does two things. First of all, someone will click it and go back to your blog and maybe leave a comment. And also it gives some link juice from your blog, from that person's blog back to your blog. And here's another tip, right? When you comment on blogs, try and find people's blogs that have got high ranking on the internet. In other words, go on to Alexa, alexa.com, right? And just put the address of that blog into the search facility, and that will tell you how high or how low that is positioned on the internet. Because if you find blogs that are within the top 250,000 on the internet or the top 100,000, and you can get a comment on that blog, that is one hell of a backlink going back to your blog, right? Always remember that. I'm just trying to give you a few tips here before I sign off. I'm trying to make this as much value as possible. So I don't want to kind of, you know, be on here too long because we're going off on a bit of a tangent now. But I just hope you found this useful, and please do leave a comment in the group, just so that people are aware of these Hangouts. Because no matter how many times you mention this Hangout in the group, some people are just not aware or just never turn up on them. And I just want people to know that this is a valuable part of being in this group. You know, if you're going to be, when you're in a group, you're kind of showing how your business is going to go. If you listen to Lisa, she often says this, right? She says, if you're inactive in a group and you're never putting yourself forward for anything, the chances are that's how you behave in your business. And I've found that to be very, very true. I find the people that do well are the ones that are always out there. They're always commenting on other people's stuff. They're always sharing stuff. They come into the group. I'm not saying every day, right? But they come into the group and they welcome other members. They comment on the posts. They turn up on the Hangouts. They're always proactive in the group because that's how they behave in their business. Does that make sense? I just want you to remember that for your team members, because if you haven't brought people in yet and you're still waiting for your first person, always get those people to be as proactive as possible. Because if they're not proactive, over time they're like a withered flower. They die and they go. Right? So on that note, I'm going to leave you. I hope you found this useful. It's been fun hanging out with you guys, and let's have some more people on these Hangouts. Okay?
Can we invite a prospect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that you want to do that helps you get people into this business is fine. Just invite them, and then just give them the link. Simple as that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay? All right, guys.
Have a good one. Thank you.
No problem. Did you want to say something, Casey?
Yeah, when Jerry was, not Jerry, sorry, when Luke was asking about the blog, it still came over this side as garbled. So what platform was he asking about?
He was talking about the MLSP blog.
Ah, okay.
You know, just for anyone out there that doesn't know, on November the 4th, we've got a blog coming, and I think it's going to be a really good and valuable blog, because there'll be some way of SEO in that blog, so we have an advantage. A bit like the Calatu blog with Empower. Also, I think that, you know, there's no expense spared on themes and stuff. They're going to give you some pretty good themes. And they will have things like, you know, groups where you can share MLSP blogs with each other, that kind of stuff. So you'll always have people commenting on your stuff and that. And, you know, I try and encourage you guys to join these groups where you share each other's content and you comment on each other's content, because that helps you in the long run. Okay?
Good.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Okay, good evening.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon, yeah?
See you.
Take care.